Chiefs Kingdom, we got some updates from training camp and some other news and rumors that I dive into here in just a second. But first, this is the time to subscribe to the Chiefs Report because camp is here. There's going to be daily updates, and we're going to have you guys covered for all of it. So subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications. That way you never miss a video here on the Chiefs Report. Welcome into the Chiefs Report. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Let's get you caught up on some Kansas City Chiefs news and rumors. We'll get to some on-field specific stuff as the first practice is in the books at training camp in just a moment. But first, let's talk about Travis Kelce. He gets a pay raise from the Chiefs after, quite frankly, being on one of the most underpaid contracts in the NFL, which I would still argue that he is. They have reworked his deal to give him some more money. Here's Jeremy Fowler with the report. For Travis Kelce's reworked deal, he gets $3 million from future years moved into this year, including a $1 million base salary and $2 million in 53-man roster bonuses. This puts his overall pay at $10.5 million in 2022, still under contract through 2025 from the original deal. By the way, overall pay at $10.5 million this year for what Travis Kelce brings to the table, that is an absolute steal of a contract. So even though he's getting a little bit more money this year, doesn't mean like, oh, well, yeah, we're just handing money out here. No, Travis Kelce should be probably getting $20 million per year because he puts up wide receiver numbers as a tight end. You look at what he's done the last 6 years, he averages 1,200 yards and like 9 touchdowns a season. That is ridiculous for a tight end. We have never seen a player do what he does at the tight end possession with the amount of catches, the amount of yards, the yards after the catch. By the way, the durability. The guy barely misses any time ever. He's incredible. He is an absolutely sensational player, and he should get even more money, to be quite honest with you. George Kittle brought it up a few months ago that he's criminally underpaid talking about Kelce, and I completely agree with him. He is, in my opinion, the best receiving tight end of all time, and when it's all said and done, he might be the greatest tight end of all time. Do you love Travis Kelce? If you do, type 87 down in the comments. We all love Kelce here at the Chiefs Report, so get those 87s going down in the comments. Could Kansas City trade for Mekhi Becton, the Jets offensive tackle? Bleacher Report put an article out there saying the Chiefs should trade for Becton. Now, ironically enough, the Jets announced today that Becton will flip from left to right tackle. Robert Saleh, their head coach, saying his left tackle days are over. Becton's had a weird start to his career. Super talented when he's played pretty well, but he's had some injury issues, some commitment issues in terms of his conditioning too. There was a report last year that he ballooned close to 400 pounds, so that's a bit of a red flag as well. But I think it's worth discussing here on the show for a couple of reasons. One, Becton can play both tackle spots, and when he's engaged and healthy, he can play both at a pretty darn good level, so that is valuable, the first-round pick from just a few years ago. And when you look at where the Chiefs' offensive line sits right now, Orlando Brown obviously holding out. Lucas Niang is currently on the PUP list. That leaves you thin at tackle, right? I don't even know if the Chiefs had to play a game right now, who would line up at left and right tackle. I assume Andrew Wiley would be at right tackle, and then they'd have to figure something out at left tackle. That certainly leaves questions at those two spots, at least right now. Now, are they long-term questions? I don't know. And if the answer is no, then maybe trading for Becton doesn't make sense because, if Orlando Brown is back and plays week 1, left tackle's handled, and if Lucas Niang gets healthy, that's the spot at right tackle. You also have Andrew Wiley who can play over there as well. You could say Becton's better than Niang. Sure, that's fine, but is that worth trading for if Niang is 85% of Becton? I don't really know. So could depend on his injury progress. But for the time being today, you don't really have a starting left or right tackle, so I do think it's worth mentioning. What do you think? Should Kansas City trade for Mekhi Becton? Type T for trade or type P for pass. You're good. You're going to wait and see how things shake out with what you got. That's probably what will happen, but no harm in calling the Jets and just seeing what's going on. Be sure to follow the Chiefs Report on Rumble as we publish all our videos over there as well. And Rumble's cool because they have a bunch of different content creators with free and uncensored content. Sports creators, news, politics, tech, business, a couple of new categories recently. Gaming is one. Also, cooking is one. If you like watching those cooking shows, you can check that out as well. You can listen to our shows with other apps open also. That's a nice little feature. Rumble.com/ChiefsTV. Go check us out over on Rumble. All right, so that's kind of the news and rumors outside of training camp. Kelce gets a little pay raise. Mekhi Becton trade rumor that's circulating. Let's get to some news and notes from training camp now. Just a few bullet points that I wanted to bring to the table as the first practice is in the book. Let's start with some injury updates for Kansas City. We see some of this trickle in yesterday, but wanted to kind of follow up today. Matt McMullen here put it all together nicely for us in a tweet. Rashad, Fenton, Lucas Niang, Tega Wanogho replaced on the PUP list. We knew that'd be the case with Niang and probably Fenton, but Tega Wanogho as well. Clyde Edwards-Helaire yesterday was briefly placed in the PUP, and we were like, wait a minute, what's going on? But they took him off. He practiced today, so no big deal there. Frank Clark was sick today, but got his way out to the practice field a little bit later. Nothing to see there. Probably just dealing with, a little stomach bug or something like that. So nothing out of the ordinary on that front. So there's kind of the injury latest. Obviously, Orlando Brown not practicing as he is holding out. Number 2, JuJu Smith-Schuster flashes today at camp. If you haven't seen it, he made a really nice diving catch and a little corner route from Patrick Mahomes earlier today. That was nice to see as JuJu's come in here, chip on his shoulder, 1-year deal, looking to kind of hit that reset button a little bit after a couple of injury-riddled years and down statistical seasons, especially last year. I think if anyone has a chance to emerge as a true number 1 receiver on this team, I think it would be JuJu Smith-Schuster. So hopefully he continues to make some nice plays. Kelce was fired up for him when he had that catch. Mahomes was as well. So hopefully these guys can continue to build that chemistry. Will JuJu be wide receiver 1? Simple question. Type 1 for yes, wide receiver 1. Type 2 for no. He's going to be more of a 2 or a 3. I think he's got a chance. If anyone does, I think JuJu stands out to me as a guy who can do it. He's done it before. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Will JuJu Smith-Schuster be this team's number 1 wide receiver? All right, I want to talk about the secondary a little bit because secondary made a few nice plays today. I'll point out a couple in particular here. Justin Reed picked off Patrick Mahomes, jumped at a kind of a deep out route that Mahomes threw a little bit late that he was able to pick off and go the other way with. So that was nice to see. You're expecting big things out of him after choosing to go out and sign him and letting Honey Badger walk. And then number 2, Joshua Williams, the draft pick, had a nice little pass breakup. Mahomes was looking for McCole Hardman on a simple go route. Nice ball from Mahomes, but Williams got a hand in there and was able to knock it away. Both those clips are actually on Twitter. You should be able to find them pretty easily. But that was nice to see. I think the secondary was a little up and down last year, but if they can be a little bit more consistent this year, that's going to be a very nice thing to see. And let's be honest, going up against Mahomes and these receivers and tight ends, that's good practice every single day to get tested. All right, first practice in the books. Who's excited to have Chiefs football back? I know I am, and if you guys are as well, type me down in the comments. No more off-season garbage. It's here. Football's here. Games won't happen for a few weeks, but there's real, tangible football to talk about. So type me if you are excited to have Chiefs football back. All right, appreciate everybody for tuning into the show. More updates to come throughout training camp, so subscribe and turn on those notifications. We will keep you guys in the loop. I am Harrison Graham. I'll see you soon here on the channel.